Hello, thank you for clicking on one of my videos. I hope this light is still enough today. I want to go through my One Brand Focus project pen update today. And I was focusing on Colourpop the last month, and I have quite a few Colourpop items in my collection. I showed you all of them within the last video. I want to talk about them a little bit more this time around, but I'm not going to show you every single thing again. But yeah, let's just head into it and then you're gonna see what I mean. All of these items right here were the items that I was focusing on within the One Brand Focus project pen. I'm always focusing on one brand in my collection, choosing one or some items to focus on and to set myself some kind of goals. Because I had so many Colourpop items, I chose a bunch of them and I wanted to go through them, try them out again and see whether or not I want to declutter them or whether or not I want to keep them in my collection. And these were the items that I was focusing on, plus one more eyeliner. And let's just start with the eyeliners. I have all of these, 3 liquid ones and then 3 pencil eyeliners. And for the pencil eyeliners, there was also an olive green one, which was in the shade Wildcat, I think. And I went through all of them and I decided to get rid of the olive green one. And I think possibly I just tried it, noticed that it was just totally dry, and then just threw it in my bin because I cannot find it. I cannot find it in my empties or the clutter bag. I cannot find it anywhere. So potentially it's already gone out of my home. But yeah, it was an olive green one. It was dried out completely, unfortunately. But this was one that I really used quite a bit because I really enjoyed it and I really enjoyed the color, and it was a metallic olive green one. Then for the other pencil eyeliners, I still have these left in my collection and I'm going to get rid of one more. I am keeping these two. These are a yellow one and a very bright orange one. This is the orange one because they're still fine to use. The yellow one is getting a little bit drier because this is definitely the oldest and the one that I did use the most, but I can still make it work. So I'm going to keep this one as well. And I use this regularly. That's why it's also a little bit dirty. And then I have these two. And when trying them out next to each other, I noticed that they're basically the same. So I'm going to get rid of the older one, which is this one. This is the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in Crystal Crush. And I don't know, do you want to know the names of these as well? The yellow one is Extra Frosting and the orange one is Puppy. And those two, I don't know if this set is still available, but this was a set. I don't know for what theme, but this was a set. So anyway, I'm getting rid of this one. It's still fine. It's still creamy, but I'm going to keep this one, which is this one. And as you're able to see, they're basically the same. And this one is still a little bit creamier. So I'm keeping this one and I'm decluttering this one. And this is called Crystal Crush. It's the exact same shade. It's also Crystal Crush. No wonder that this is the same color, basically. Oh dear Lord, it's exactly the same. Oh well. Never noticed that before. Oh, wow. Okay, anyway, this one I'm decluttering because apparently I have 2 of the same color. Okay, and then for these liquid liners, I have the white one, which is Graceland, and I have this in my collection for quite a while, but I love this for Halloween looks and makeup looks for like costume parties. Not that I'm going on costume parties too often, but anyway, I'm going to keep that one. It's not working the best anymore because I think I used quite a bit of product, but it's still enough for me, working perfectly fine. And I normally tend to use this just on my face, so it doesn't have to be that opaque and liquidy anymore. Then I have this one. This is a red one in the shade Chili. And this one I never used yet, but I'm going to keep it because it's still fine. And it's a very, very unique color. And the last one that I have is Wine Not. And this one I did use a little bit, but this is getting older. And I am decluttering this one, even though right now it's swatched very, very nicely. But on the eyes, I tried it out and it wasn't enough for even one eye. So I had to shake it all the time. And yeah, I'm going to declutter this one. Then before we head into the palettes, I decided I wanted to try the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer because I am not a person that uses concealer, really, and I did purchase some. I did get, I think, 2 in some sets or some gifts with purchase from Tarte. I have an e.l.f. one and I have a Colourpop one. Because I wanted to try out different concealers, whether I like them or not, and if I wanted to implement them into my routine. I don't really use concealer at all still, but I prefer the Tarte one over this one. So I'm going to get rid of it because I'm just not going to reach for it. I tried this out underneath the eyes as a spot concealer and as an like a mix in my foundation basically, and I don't really enjoy it that much. It isn't a bad product at all, but it's just, yeah, I guess mostly because I don't use concealer that often. But this is another declutter. And then we have these 2 palettes. I wanted to focus on these, try these out more, and potentially declutter one or some shades within them. I played with them. I took almost all shades out of them and put them hopefully back in the right order. I'm not quite sure about that though, if it's the right order. But yeah, I can already tell you that I'm not decluttering anything. I have some shades that I don't really enjoy, especially in the Wild Nothing one, the 2 Super Shock shades. I just cannot make them work. They are creasing on me like crazy every time I use them. And also there are some shades in here that have glitter in it. I don't think you can see it like that. Can you, if it's going to focus? Can you see that there's glitter in this one? Maybe like this. So this one has glitter in it, this one has glitter in it. So I would have easily decluttered those 4 shades, but I did not find enough shades to declutter a whole palette and make another one just as a mixture of all the shades that I wanted to keep. So yeah, I'm keeping them. I especially like the mattes in these palettes. They're very, very nice. They're a little bit more powdery, and that's something I really enjoy. And I think those 2 were the opposite, right? Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, the shimmers in here also crease on me. So yeah, they're not my favorite palettes, but especially the mattes I really, really did enjoy, so I want to keep them in my collection. So from the products I tried out, I am keeping all of these, and I'm going to get rid of these plus an olive green eyeliner. Normally I talk within this part of the intro about all the items that I do own and did own previously by the brand. Again, I have so many Colourpop items that I just cannot do so today, but I wanted to mention some things. The first one is the Colourpop lipsticks. I have 3 of them. I showed you only 2 of them the last time. I have Who Run This, I have Brink, and I have Lumiere. I can also swatch them for you. This is Who Run This, which is super flattering for me, even though it's a dark red, which is highly unusual. That's very flattering. Then I have Brink. And I have Lumiere, which is currently in my lip service project pen. And yeah, I absolutely love these. But I have to say, I purchased, they reformulated them and repackaged them. And I did purchase a whole set of the new ones. And they went bad within, I think, 2 months of me owning them. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to purchase any other lippy sticks anymore, which is very sad because I would have loved more of those, especially the more brighter shades because they're quite affordable and they are super long lasting on the lips and are a very nice formula. On the other hand, I also owned a lipstick. If I can figure out which one exactly it was, I'm going to write it down or I'm going to insert a picture. But I did not enjoy that one. Initially, I really enjoyed it. I loved the color, I seemed to love the formula, and it applied very nicely, but when wearing it, there was a rim building on my lips when the color wore away, and it happened every time. It happened with the primer or with a lip liner underneath, it didn't matter. So yeah, I did not enjoy that one, and I decluttered it recently, I think last year. I decluttered that one. And yeah, that's something I wanted to mention. The other thing I wanted to mention are my Super Shock shades. These are stunning. I love these. These are amazing. I have some that are not my favorites because they are too sparkly for me and my usage. This one, actually I just grabbed my oldest one. This one is my oldest one. This is in Telepathy. This still works wonderfully, and this must be, I don't even want to say. This must be at least 5 years old, at least. Still super creamy, very impactful, doesn't crease on me. Very nice. I love these. I really love these. And I mean, this one is even creamier than some of my others and even more opaque than some of my others. But yeah, overall, I love them. I love reaching for them. And if you want to see them all swatched out, go ahead and check out my Level Up project series. I was focusing on every single one of them, and I swatched out every single one of them within that series. And then I also wanted to mention my eyeshadows that I have from them. I have quite a few single eyeshadows. I just picked out 3, and one of which I definitely didn't show you the last time. These are 3 of my favorites. The first one is Tangerine Dream, which is this shade. A bright metallic orange one. I really enjoy this one. It might not be the best formula, but the shade is stunning. I mean, the best formula, it's a nice formula, but comparison to other single shades, it's not as creamy, for example, as some other shades. Then the second one is Glass Bull, which is this one. Oop. And this is nice, but also subtle at the same time. But it's super wearable, which I enjoy. And I do like these kind of shades They don't have to be sparkles all over it for me to enjoy them. And then my all-time favorite single shadow from Colourpop is this one, and this is called Snake Eyes. And I don't know, I have two of them. I have one, I wanted to purchase or repurchased it, and the second one that I got was darker than the other one. So I think that's the second one. And the first one was my absolute fave. And this one is also super, super nice, but it's just a little bit more brown and darker than the other one. And I just preferred the first one. So apparently they also have changes within the same shades if you purchase from them at different times. That's also something I wanted to mention. But I also have to say it wasn't terrible. They were super, super close and similar. I just noticed because I wore the second one on my eyes and I thought something is off. And then I compared those two and there was a little bit of a difference. And apparently on the eyes, it's enough of a difference for me to enjoy the one more so than the other. And then the last for the eyeshadows, I wanted to mention this one. In here I have the semi-precious palette, the potted semi-precious palette. And I'm currently working on this one within my Pandas eyeshadows video, which I'm also going to link here for you to check out. And I have to say, I love these. I got these secondhand from a friend of mine, and still, like, they must be super, super old because I got them at least 4 years ago. And I mean, this palette was super, super old. And I guess she bought it right when it came out, is my guess. So you can, I don't even know when it came out, but you can, maybe you know. It's a long, long time, and they are amazing. This, like, overall, in my whole Colourpop collection, this is the best formula overall. They are so creamy, still so impactful, so metallic, not shimmery at all, which is something I loved. I am getting towards more glittery shades, but yeah, I absolutely, absolutely love these shades. Maybe I'm going to swatch some of them out. If you can still see something, the light is going away. I don't know if you can see how creamy they are. Super, super creamy. I mean, that's one swipe. It's just, they are stunning, stunning. Okay, the red one apparently is dried out a little bit, but I mean, I cannot blame them. They are super, super old. This one is still very creamy. Yeah, I think you can get what I mean. They are super, super nice. I really, really love them. So yeah, that's it for Colourpop, and I hope you still enjoyed this, even though I didn't show you every single item I have in my collection again. And I have to say, I'm very happy that I did declutter some items and yeah, got them out of my collection. So heading into the next brand for next month to focus on, I want to focus on Catrice Cosmetics. This was requested by Zoe Redstone. I think it's 5605, I guess. I'm going to link her down in the description box or write her name down here for you to see who I mean. And she asked me to focus on Catrice because it's a brand she's interested in. And yeah, I am going to show you everything I do on from Catrice right now. I'm going to go in depth with them next month though, when I'm focusing on Catrice. I'm just showing you what I own and what my goals will be for next month. I do own all of these nail polishes. I did own one more, which I already decluttered last year. And yeah, I'm just gonna say overall, I really enjoy the formula of their nail polishes, but more so in the next video. I do own one bronzer, which is huge if you're able to see my hand compared to that one. Wait, I'm going to open it for you. That's the bronzer. And I do own a blush, which is also quite new. The Air Blush Matte. And this is the shade of it. And the only two other items I do own are this mascara. This is the Catrice Glam and Doll False Lashes Mascara in waterproof. And I already have this one open. So I can tell you something about that one in the next video. And then I have my all-time favorite eyeshadow pen, which is by Catrice. And this is the Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And I don't know if this one is broken. Doesn't seem. This is how fine it is. And I really, really enjoy this. I can tell you that much. This is amazing. It just doesn't last long. I mean, last long on the eyes, but the product, there's not much product in here. And yeah, that's already it for everything I currently do own. I am also going to tell you already, I really, really want another product. So maybe next month I'm going to have it. I don't know, even though I'm not on a no-buy. So maybe I'm going to wait out a little bit more. Anyway, these are the items I have from Catrice. And as for goals, I really don't know, because the bronzer is too dark for me currently. The mascara I already do have open. The eyebrow pencil, I already know how I feel about it. The blush I use currently from time to time. I use either this one or an Essence one, so I also know how I feel about them. So maybe, even though I said I don't wanna do more nail polishes, maybe I want to set myself a goal on the nail polishes. You know what? No, I don't want more nail polishes. I have the chopping block series going on currently, and I want to go through all of them within that project. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to set myself a usage goal for the blush. I want to use this one every single time I do my makeup within the month of March. We already did have the 1st of March, so I already used the Essence blush, but other than that, every time I do use my makeup, I want to use this one. And I think I will be able to do so very easily. But yeah, everything else I'm going to tell you about Catrice Cosmetics within the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the series overall. And again, please check out Lizzie Loves Colors over on Instagram. I'm going to link her channel down in the description box as well, because she's also doing this project still with me. And yeah, I hope to see you either in my nail polish chopping block video or in my update for the One Brand Focus for the brand Catrice Cosmetics next month. Bye! Or any other video actually. Bye!